Hmm. Hmm. Package! Hey friends! Big Dub again with you here, episode 83. Dub Life, I'm on the screen porch. It is incredibly windy. I don't know that I realized it was quite this windy when I walked out here to begin the episode, but it's windy. Trees are swaying. I don't know if you can hear that wind or not. Hopefully you can. It's not distorting the camera. I'm in the screen porch. The wind's not blowing into the microphone, I don't think. But here we are, episode 83. On the path to 100 somehow, even during quarantine. And right away, I wanted to get into a topic and talk to you. You all know that, especially during this time, but over the last year, I've tried to spend, or longer, a lot of time talking about things I'm doing to improve myself, to try to make myself a better person, better functional human being in this society. And I've shared a lot of those with you. Not wasting this time. That is very windy. My goodness. It's like the nothing is coming in. Slamming the door. Oh my. I don't remember where I was. Oh, things to help improve myself. Not wasting this time as I have time. I'm more at home, more isolated. To improve myself. And I have one of those topics right away that I am not doing a good job of, that I'm going to confess to you, and it's something I need to do better at. There's a lot of things I think I am doing a pretty good job of, but this one thing I am doing awful at, and I need your encouragement, because it can't happen any longer. I've got to do better at it. And that is wasting the hot water when I get ready to take a shower. Now, see, the earth is mad at me for wasting the hot water. Now, if you're like me, you walk in, it's time to take a shower in the morning, the evening, the afternoon, after you're done working out, whatever the case may be, when you need to get a little ooh-la-la ready, and you go take a shower, and the first thing you do is you turn on the hot water and let the shower warm up. I think we all do that. You don't want, unless you like a cold shower. I do not like a cold shower. I do not try to experience those sensations unless absolutely necessary, and thus I want my shower to be heated up before I begin. So I turn it on, and my mindset is that way when I'm ready to get in, it'll be nice and heated.
I believe during this extended time, it's important to maintain optimal bodily performance. Become limber, stretch every muscle. Find every loin, every fiber in my body to become a master of my own flesh and blood. Much like the animals that surround me, the life that is part of me now. I didn't have time to really investigate this in my everyday life, but now I feel so full. I've never felt so one with the wildlife, people around me, as I spend so much time just perfecting every last muscle movement. I maintain perfect appeal.
Now, in your mind, you say, that'll happen pretty quickly. You turn the shower on, maybe you'll lay out your clothes or brush your teeth, whatever it is you're doing, and you'll get in the shower. However, that's never the case with me. I turn on the shower, and I may go take a poo with poo. I'm going to brush my teeth. I'm going to wash my hands. For some reason, even though I'm getting in the shower, I'm laying out clothes. I might start playing Marvel Strike Force for a minute or two. I'm reading text messages, checking social media feeds, replying to YouTube comments. All the while, the hot water is running. Why? Why didn't I just wait to turn on the hot water? Today, when I took my shower this morning, I believe the hot water was running for 17 minutes before I got in the shower. I did 32 different things that did not need to be done before I got in the shower, all the while walking around butt booty naked, just in the nude. And when I finally got in the shower, well, the water wasn't hot. It was lukewarm, and I don't want to be spit out the mouth for lukewarmness. It wasn't hot because I'd wasted it all walking around, playing Strike Force naked. I gotta be better at that. I don't want to waste the hot water. I don't want to have a higher water bill. I don't want to waste water, but I don't want to waste the hot water either and have to take a lukewarm shower. That's the thing I got to get better at, and I need your encouragement. Let's get the episode going. So we're going to start this episode off with a bang. So many packages, you can just barely see my face. I don't even know. I think you can see my face. But I do have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 packages that I think you'll be interested in. All of them in the collectibles or art or comic space, I think, if I remember right. And I think you'll like them. It'll take me a while to open all this. I'm not going to open it properly, the boxes themselves on camera. I did want to show you before I open this. Look at that. That is some original comic covers that I'll show you once I open them. From John Johnston, and I bought on Instagram. John Johnston Art on Instagram, if you're interested. And even the shipper box itself has original art on it, which I've never had before. I think I'm going to cut that out and keep it. That's really cool. Let me open all this, and then one by one we'll look at what was in the packages. Now, isn't that better? All unboxed. Now you can see all of this hot stuff. Hot stuff, Eddie Gilbert. Ha-ha. Let's see what's in the packages. So, the first package we're going to look at is the remainder of my Kickstarter all-in from Boss Fight Studio for the horsies, which are still sitting right there just like they were 2 months ago. There's a lot sitting right there. We're going to try to do something about that in this video and the next one. Couldn't try. So we've got these accessory kits that are to help your Vitruvian hacks ride the horses. I do not remember the name of each of them, but like this one is obviously the Knight of Asperity, the kind of demon knight kit, I think. It's got like a, I don't even know. It's got, I'll show you close-ups on all these, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these. There's an Elven one, so you can ride the elk. That just looks like, oh, it's got a bandana, almost like a cowboy one. I got a couple of these knight ones. The Knight of Accord, I think they were called, which is the Knight of Accord and the Knight of Asperity, Vitruvian hacks are some of the best 3 3/4 figures you can get. They have shields, helmets, lances, things that go along with horses. I think this is the Roman one, like a centurion style. And then this is the Knight of Asperity, like the kind of skull knight. Anyway, so the 6 of those, and I'll show you all that closer up. And then 6 Tack kits, which I did get some of the Tack kits before, and I was waiting on the second part of the shipment. So let's see what we've got. We've got 2 of the Elven, or this is an Elven light Tack kit, kind of the green nature. An Australian light Tack kit, very traditional kind of horse kit there. We've got the light Tack kit Roman A. What's that, red? I just got a little bit of everything because I did the all-in. So, that's exciting. Oh, look at that. That's cool. The heavy Tack kit for the Knight of Accord to go with the 2 Knight of Accord, these packs I got, so 2 of those. So you see they match up. 1 Australian, 1 Roman. I got, a set of all of it. And then the Knight of Asperity heavy Tack kit. That's really cool with the bones on the mouth. Again, we'll look at that in more detail here in a bit. So we have those from Boss Fight Studio. Excited to finally have all that. I don't think we're going to get into all the horses in the boss fight in this episode, but I promise we will. If not in this one, in the next one. We'll look at it all. We'll open them. We'll play with them. It'll be a big segment. That's going to be a big segment. So we'll look at it then. So then there are a few other items that came in that we need to look at. So first of all, it's a prize that my sister Victoria got me. And that is from Sideshows, where they came from, the Iron Studios Frodo statue. and the Iron Studios Gandalf statue, which I'm very excited for. I had these originally on pre-order. You all know I love Iron Studios, but I'm completely out of Iron Studios space. I have the separate Iron Studios cabinet where I have all the Marvel stuff. I think it's all Marvel stuff that I have for Iron Studios. I have a few DC that people have sent me as presents, prizes, gifts. But this is the Lord of the Rings line that they introduced earlier this year. They showed it off, I think, at SDCC last year. I think most of you know that Tolkien, especially The Hobbit, is my first and longest love. And one of the most important works of fiction in my life. And so Lord of the Rings, of course, very, very important to me. And I wanted the set, but then it looked like they were going to make a big set. There was the huge Fell Beast that was in a different scale, and it was really expensive, over $1,000. And I just have too much stuff. I'm trying not to buy as much stuff, I say, as I've got stuff all in front of me. I'm trying to be more conservative, and I am buying a lot less 1/12 scale things. And I did not finish the Iron Studios collection on the Marvel, the in-game. I canceled all those pre-orders. I canceled these pre-orders. But Victoria knew how much that I wanted these and wanted me to have them. So she got them for me as a prize. And so thank you, Victoria, for that. Very kind and very generous. They have shown just recently the Gimli and the Legolas that I'm gonna have to get. And then there are two different Nazgul. There's the Nazgul like attacking Frodo where he stabs him, and then there's like where's the circle of them holding the sword. And that was one of the things that got me to cancel the pre-order. Was like, I can't buy 10 different statues to create this thing with Frodo. I just can't do it. It's too expensive, and I don't even know where to display it. So I would like to get one each of the Nazgul. I actually have them in my shopping cart at Big Bad Toy Store. I'm kind of hoping they'll go on some sale. But thank you to Victoria for these. Moving on, 2 other items. These I just bought myself off eBay. So that's a Kickstarter pre-order paid for 2 years ago. This was a prize. These are things I purchased for myself. I don't know what's happened during this quarantine, but a very certain type of figure has become appealing to me. And I've talked about it, and you've seen it a couple times already, and there's 2 more for it. And it's a line I don't collect. But I guess I'm collecting a certain element of that line now. And that is Masterpiece Transformers. So I picked up on eBay Masterpiece Optimus Prime Toys R Us exclusive. Right there. Has the Matrix inside. What's that? Spike and the little carrier coming out of the trailer. Again, I'll give you a closer up look at all these. This is open, previously owned. I think that one's pretty hard to come by. Has good value. It got a really, really good price. Actually, was the only bidder on sniped it on an auction. I think it was misspelled, or sometimes people forget to search Convoy or Optimus Prime, the name in Japan. So anyway, has a sticker. It seems authentic. I'll open it up, make sure it's not a bootleg, of course, because I know that Transformers Masterpieces have bootlegs, KOs, a lot of which are better than the originals. But Masterpiece Optimus Prime, my third to go along with the gold one and the shattered glass one that you already seen me get. Well, and my fourth Masterpiece Optimus Prime, Black Convoy. So that's MP10. This is MP10B, Destron, which that color is just outstanding. And these are just repaints, I think, over and over again of the same mold. I know the MP10 mold has been used endlessly. There are so many Optimus MP10s. And now I think it's 43 or 44 is the new Optimus. It's like $500, really expensive. I still haven't opened any of them. That is the thing we're going to do in this video, is compare these 4 different Optimus Primes. That'll be a long segment, probably tomorrow. But there we go. Black Convoy, Optimus Prime 10B. Now the final thing, is original art, as I think I already referenced, from John Johnston with a T on Instagram. And he sent in the Gemini mailer, which, by the way, hopefully, if you're buying like 1 or 2 comics, a handful of comics, they're coming in Gemini mailers. I know that's expensive for the shipper, and you're going to pay more for shipping on that, but they make sure things arrive in top shape. And I just think it's so cool that I even cut it out, that he put some art on the shipper, on the Gemini mailer, saying "Do not bend" with Batman. Now, I met John Johnston at Atlanta Comic-Con with all of my friends, and he did one of my Rick Grimes portraits that I'll try to remember to show you later in the video. And very affordable artist. Follow him on Instagram. I haven't used him for any other commissions other than that one, and I plan to use him again if I see him in person. But I saw he had a couple really cool covers related to things that I like. I asked him how much. Very affordable, very reasonable. That's a person to get art done by if you want to just start getting into commissions or original art. I recommend him a lot. He's very affordable, reasonable, and does a great job. So I picked up 2 covers. They are both on a War of the Realms blank cover, so you probably know what direction I'm going in. First, look at that right there. Look at that beauty. Holding Mjolnir. I love the greens, the magic effect. I think that looks great. I don't have a lot of the female type covers, but anything in the Thorverse I just think is fantastic. So there you go. And the other, the one that drew my attention initially, is Hela, War of the Realms. They don't connect necessarily, but they really match each other quite well. Makes me want to get like a Jane to go along with it, a Jane Thor. But that's John Johnston. If you're interested, hit him up on Instagram. And we'll look at the Rick Grimes and in a little while later in the video. But now let me give you a close-up on all this stuff, and then I got to get back to work. So I'm standing on the chair up top above to give you the overhead look of everything. There you see the 2 Optimus Prime, Gandalf, Frodo. We'll open those in this video and look closer at them as well. And then let me show you the Tack kits. It's kind of hard with the glare. I should probably step down. Oh, watch out now. There you go. Really nice. Hell, it's just incredible. So the Knight of Accord Tack kit. And on the back, you can see how they'll look. Another, that's the Knight of Asperity. Oh, watch out now. Simmer down now. See if you can see, yeah, you can see like the bones. We'll look at those in the next episode. Really cool. See the shields and lances and helmets and arrows, all that stuff. So there we go. There's the haul. But I got to go back to work. Bye, Hella. I'll see you soon. Well, it's later. It's 5. It's not after the work day. I still got work to do, but I stood up from the desk for a moment. This is the way I put these, frame them up. This is just like a 8.5 by 11 cheap picture frame from Walmart, like $3 for a 3-pack. And I use like a black construction paper and then just try to center it up as best I can. That's just what I always do with my custom artwork. And so I got those framed up. I got to figure out where I want to put them on the wall. They do make comic-sized frames, but they're super expensive. I mean, sometimes $10, $12 that I've seen. It's not worth it. I think this presents well. So we're going to get these on the wall, and then, you know what that means. We're doing a little cooking with dub later on. So we're upstairs. I think I'm going to put these maybe here as part of the entrance to the arcade. I got a bare spot there. Let's come in here. Alexa, turn on the arcade lights. Let me find, there you go. There is the art. The Rick Grimes up there that he did for me. And I like it very much. Very much. Very cool piece. All my Ricky G's. The notorious Ricky G that Foxy made me. I don't know that anything really has changed too much in here since last I showed you, and I got Joe some of these poos that are up there, some cool stuff. I mean, this room is in essence complete, other than as I continue to get Rick commissions. But Everything else is just kind of the way it is. I did pre-order the other 2 turtle statues, but they're probably now with everything over a year away, maybe 2 years away. I don't know where I'm gonna put those when they come in. I love those statues. So, I don't know. Quick look around the arcade. I hear birdies. Where are the birds? Is it you, Alpha? Entrance to the arcade, Hulk, little sign, and then there they are. I think they look good there. Kind of the green section of the entrance to the arcade. So, got them on the wall. I don't think I had any original art up in this hallway, so that's nice to have. And now I gotta go back to work, finish up, and then we'll get a little cook on. A little cook. Ooh, I'm gonna do something else I've never done in the air fryer. Are you excited? Touch it. Okay, it's about 5:51. I'm still technically not done with work, but this is gonna take a while to cook. So I thought I'd go ahead and get started. That way, when I am done with work, it'll be time to eat. So, cooking with Dub. You know, a lot of people are enjoying this segment, and that makes me feel good. So thank you all very much who are enjoying it and want to see more of it. Here is some more of it, just for you. I'm looking for a apparatus that I forgot to get out. And that's not good. I'm trying to be completely ready with the cooking with Dub. Maybe it's in here. Let's see. There it is. I have found it. Now, you've seen me make a lot of different things. This time, I'm going to make a chicken leg quarter. Bone in, thigh, and leg. Leg quarters were one of the only meats available a few weeks ago, last time I went grocery shopping. So I bought some. Haven't tried to make them yet. I like a good rotisserie chicken or a fried chicken. I think this is going to be closer to the rotisserie type. I'm not going to bread it, so there won't be something to crunch it up. It'll be more just really seasoned, I hope. That's my goal. I want to make like an Italian herb blend. Again, I don't have any idea what I'm doing. I'm just going to try to figure it out. The thing that's going to be the challenge here is I think this is the first bone-in item I've cooked in the air fryer. Bone-in stuff takes a lot longer to cook normally, so I do not have a great feel for how long to cook this. I'm thinking it's like a, you know, if I was gonna bake it, it'd be like a 375 for maybe an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. You know, if you're barbecuing, leg quarters could take an hour or longer sometimes. So I'm thinking like a 380, 40 minutes, maybe flip halfway and check. I think I have a meat thermometer somewhere. Yeah, I do. That I will probably use, or I will use, to make sure that I don't get myself sick. Put that over there. So the first thing we're gonna do is get the chicken ready, get it in, and then we're gonna make some greens. We'll worry about that in a bit. But let's start. So I want to have something oily and flavorful to coat the skin, as well as on the inside, and then I'll put a little outside layer of seasoning. So we're gonna start with some olive oil. Not a ton, just a little bit. And that's probably even too much. Because I want it to crisp a little bit, right? And you need some oil for that. Now, I'm gonna use maybe the rest. I'm gonna use quite a bit of this Italian dressing from Olive Garden I've been working through. Well, that's enough to save for one more dish. Really good, signature Italian dressing. Hopefully that gives it just some goodness in that flavor. I'm gonna put just a drop of this umami, this 30-year aged soy sauce. Just a drop. 3 drops, I guess it was. I don't want it to be very soy flavored, but I mean, I can smell it already. That flavor is so rich and powerful that just a little bit will just create a complex flavor that I'm looking for. Highly recommend. This is actually from the club, but I do have a bottle that my friends gave to me for Christmas one year, and so here it is. Not that, well, some of you can probably read that, but that's what it is, and it is unbelievably good. It's a very, very powerful flavor, and I like it on everything. So we've got the Italian dressing, the olive oil, a little bit of the umami, and then we're gonna put some Italian seasoning in there. Not a lot, because we're gonna put that on top as well. Same with a little bit of garlic powder in there, but we'll also sprinkle that on top. And then Parmesan cheese, which we will not put as a sprinkle, just to give it just a little bit of cheese flavor, just a little bit. So you see it's kind of a garlicky, cheesy Italian situation that I think will be a tasty treat. I'm hopeful. So we're gonna whisk it up. Whisk, 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 whisk. I mean, and honestly, this would be a nice little thing. Very similar if you want to make a garlic bread. This would be delicious. You might put more garlic. I'd probably use some minced garlic and some of that, not just this. But you see, it almost makes like a pesto. Thickens up a little bit. The dressing and the olive oil counterbalance themselves. And I know it's not truly a pesto, but it's that consistency. Let me see. Yep. That's good. It's a strong flavor, but it's supposed to be because it's not. It's like almost like concentrated. So now I don't want just the skin to have flavoring. I want underneath the skin to have flavoring. That's challenging on chicken, on bone-in chicken, and my paintbrush. So I'm gonna try to remove the skin a little bit and then put it back. That is not a thing that I am great at. So if I can get underneath here with the knife and cut it away a little bit. There we go. That's working relatively effectively. No different than you would if you wanted to remove the skin because you didn't want to eat the skin. Which I understand why people don't want to eat the skin, but the skin can be so delicious. And especially on a leg quarter, you know, the skin is just so good. It's a thing that I want to have. So you can see I'm pulling it back just like it's a blanket, right? Kind of scoring through the connective tissue. I mean, that's what it is. I know that sounds kind of gross. That's what it is. Between the skin and the flesh of the chicken. So, having a little trouble, but that's most of the good meat is there. So we've got it peeled back there, like that, as you see. I'm going to do a quick wash of the hands since I did touch the chicken with that hand. And, you know, you just can't be too careful. It's not like we're not washing our hands all the time. But I don't want to accidentally put it in my mouth, you know, and then get sick. That'd be quite a thing during all this to get sick from chicken food poisoning. So there we go. We've got that rolling. Now, so what we're going to do, we're going to take the paintbrush and we're going to paint inside the skin there. You see how I've got it pulled back? I think you can see that. To make sure we get flavor on the meat there on the inside. See if I can get up in there. Get up in there! And hopefully this will make it nice and tender and juicy. Again, I have no idea what I'm doing. This could come out burnt, awful, slap booty nasty. I don't know what it's going to do, to be honest with you. But there we go. Just like that. Now, what we're going to do is pull it back. Pull the skin back where it was. Now that that's all underneath, which is good. And then we're going to do the exact same thing we just did. But now on the skin itself, with the same coating to try to give this skin not just some flavor, but also something that will crisp up in it, hopefully. That is the goal. That is the goal. So, painting it, you can see that's pretty good looking, I think. We do have to paint the other side as well, because even if I may not eat, you know, a lot of this is where the bone is and everything else, you do want the flavor to be well-rounded and work its way through the meat to all sides. So we'll do this. All right. So I've only touched the chicken with my left hand right now, so my right hand is free. Even though that's not going to work because I need two hands. So we're going to wash again because I don't want to cross-contaminate my salt and pepper shaker. It is a process when you're dealing with chicken. And you might say, well, Big Dub, you don't got to just keep doing that. That's a little ridiculous. And maybe, but better safe than sorry. So now we're going to put a bunch of cracked pepper on it. Give it a nice color on the skin. Again, this is the back side. We'll actually cook it with this side down originally. And then, like I mentioned, we're going to sprinkle on the seasonings. A little more. So hopefully that gives it a very, very robust flavor. So we'll final touch, wash your hands again, or I touch the salt and pepper shaker again. This Bath & Body Works Fresh Lemonade kitchen soap is getting the workout today. You know what I'm talking about. A little workout, a little spank yourself with the towel, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah. Finish up the paintbrush. I just got a little bit left. Let me get all that on there nice and good. That's the area you want to have it the most. Painted it up. Pepper. Pepper, 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 pepper. Some salt. Both of these will be needed there. Italian seasoning. And garlic powder. And there we have it. That is the way that I'm going to try to make an air fryer leg quarter, chicken quarter, leg and a thigh. On to the next. I got to get the oven preheated, and then I'll show you how we're going to put it in. We are preheated to 380. I probably should give it a little spray, and we're going to find out if I know what I'm doing. I mean, I know I don't really know what I'm doing, but we'll spray. I have been using the air fryer to make like grilled cheese and stuff, sandwiches like that I've shown you, and they turned out really, really good. I do enjoy it. So that's what the basket looks like, by the way. You can use those grates for to put some texture. So here's my meat thermometer. 165 is typically what you cook chicken to. But like thighs, they say if you cook to like 180, they break down. They're a lot more tender. So since it is a thigh, we'll see. Again here, see if I can give you a close-up of how it looks. Nice and flavor looking. I'm gonna actually start it skin side down and flip it midway through. That's my plan of attack. I don't know whether that's the way to do it or not, but there you go. I imagine the air fryer noise is pretty loud, so I don't know if you can hear me or not, but I hope so. So I have the mustard greens already in the pot here. I'm gonna make a big pot of mustard greens because I'm hungry, and they're good for you. I mean, even though I make them a little bit less good for me, full of fiber, and I'm excited. So I'm gonna turn the heat on, start to warm these up. These should be really good because they're gonna have a long time to simmer. The normal things you see me use with mustard greens, because I'm making a huge portion though, a little bit more. So I've got some Splenda here, sweet and low equal, whatever. I like to sweeten the greens. It helps them wilt, even though these don't really need it as much. It helps them absorb the flavor, and chemically, it does some things that I like. And I used to use sugar, but in fact, I've used sweeteners for a long time because I have members of my family who can't have sugar, and I try to be respectful of that when I'm cooking. And most of my family, if not all, really like my vegetables. So I do what I can. Here's the Goya, the jamon, the ham seasoning. You see the eye lighting up. I want this to heat up fast, come to a boil as I get everything in there. Then we'll turn it down and simmer it and let it ride. So we've got the Goya, that ham seasoning. Then I do want this to be spicy since it's just for me, so I'm going to hit it with a little Emerald's Essence. Not that that's the spiciest thing, but kind of an all-in-one flavor kick. A little bit of that in there. Bam! And a bam! Which I like very much. Then a lot of pepper. This much greens needs a lot. Almost out of my pepper grind. Some salt. Doesn't need as much salt. I don't care for as much salt. Oh, there was a bunch that came out all at once. Or not alike. I've made a mess. Wipe that off real quick. And then the more liquid side of things. So again, we're going to hit it with some umami. A couple touches of this. I always like to have a soy, a Worcestershire, Gales. I like having a little bit of that flavor in my vegetables if it's just me. I don't know why. It's just a flavor I like. So a little bit of that. Almost done here. We got to kick it up. So some Louisiana hot sauce for your face piece. You know what I'm talking about. And a whoop, 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 whoop. Quite a bit, because we want that pot liquor to be good and spicy. Because this is going to make some pot liquor, I'm going to tell you that. And it's going to be delicious. Then the last thing, just some butter. A couple amounts there. What that is. A piece of bread. From the last time I was buttering some bread. There. We're going to put, let's go ahead and put another one in there. So again, that's not, certainly not the most healthy way to cook mustard greens. These are mustard greens, if I failed to mention that. Not turnips, not collards. Mustards is what I'm making today. Although I'm equal opportunity green consumer, mustards is what I have. So that's what I'm making. So there you go, see what it looks like. Once it starts to boil, I'll show you again. There we go, we are at a nice rolling boil. I'll remove it from the heat, turn that heat down because we want it to simmer. We're going to actually cover it this time when we simmer it because it has so long, but I can let it simmer that it'll pull all that flavor in. See if you can hear. Can you hear the chicken bubbling in there? That's an encouraging sign. The smell coming out of that is wonderful. Anyway, you can see already a nice pot liquor starting there. You see the color, how it's kind of greenish brown. That's what you want instead of clear. So what we do now, I'm going to stir this up real good. I'm letting the eye cool down. Once it's at a low heat, I'll cover it with the burner, and then it just rides out. It just simmers. I'll stir it every once in a while we wait for this. We got 8 more minutes until we can flip this. That's when we'll check in next. The timer just went off. You can hear that thing bubbling. What are we going to see? Oh, the smell is amazing, and that sure looks like it's going to be good. Wow. I need to flip it. So we're flipped. Man, that looks good. You can see that's where the skin, where I cut it back. Otherwise, that would be showing. I almost think I need to, let's do the thermometer because I'm worried. I don't want to overcook this. Stick it in there. Let's see. Isn't that what you do? Let's see. Let's see. Does he say ham cooked? Yeah, so it definitely needs more time. It's slowly creeping its way up. I think it's about 145 right now. So back in it goes. I think I'm just gonna wait about 5 minutes to check on it again though, because even though it needs about 30 degrees more, that skin is ready and I don't want to burn it. Let's see, this is the first time I'm gonna lift the greens in 10 minutes. There, oh yeah, all that juicy. All that juicy. And it is a little complicated with the greens, so all that steam that you came up, that's flavor. That's evaporation of good flavor. No different than like if you've watched moonshiners, how you make alcohol. Like you don't want it to evaporate. You want it to go into the thing you're going to eat. So in this case, because I've got time to let it sit, that's why I've got it covered so that it's recirculating and it's going to be absorbed. All that flavor is going to be, listen to those bubbles of the chicken, absorbed into the greens. Whereas sometimes I have to cook it a little faster. I choose to cook it faster, which means they're still good, but not quite as flavorful. These should be super duper flavorful, I'm hopeful. So that's why you cover it, but you still have to release it some. Otherwise, that moisture can bubble up and spill over, and you don't want that. 5 minutes later. Yeah, you see it's browning up. I don't want that skin to burn because it looks so good. All right, let's check our temp now. Come on, be there. I don't think I've used this meat thermometer in some time. Climbing. Not climbing fast enough. 150. Trying to get there. Almost 160. So I gotta go back in. Oh, there it goes. 160. Right at 160. So it needs like 2 more minutes. Maybe. 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes was the winner. I said I maybe would do to 180, but I'm just too worried about the skin. We're going to be at 170. Let's plate this up. Let's see. Are we ready, greens? Ooh la la! Plate it up. I like to let my chicken rest a few minutes before cutting into it so the juices go in the chicken and not on the plate. I made a little more pot liquor than I thought. That's a lot. Gave me time to go ahead and do the dishes over there while this rested. Let's get propped up and let's eat. Ready to go. Got my Fresca black cherry citrus. Man, I hope this is good. It looks good. It looks a little bit of juice seeping out. Let's start with the mustards. Lots of pot liquor. Get in there, get a little of that juice. Oh, fibrous, of course, because they're greens, but packed full of flavor, spice, sweetness, the butter, a lot of butter. Greens can be so good. They can also be awful. They can be so good when cooked right. So let's check this thing out, huh? I should have got a knife, I guess. I'm hoping. Let me go underneath the skin and get a little bit of the juicy part of the chicken. Ooh, you heard that crunch of the skin? Oh my goodness. It's cooked so well. Juicy, tender, comes right off. I mean, look at it flake up. Look at that. That's great. It's really good. I don't know. It's better than I could cook on the grill, I'll tell you that. I would burn it, or not burn it, but it'd be too tough. That's really tender. Let's rip a piece of this off, this skin. This is the part we're all here for, right? Listen to that, Chris. Oh, yeah. It's so good. It cooked for 27 minutes, 380. This is a regular sized leg quarter. 40 minutes would have been way too long. Would have burned it, would have dried it out. It's still juicy and flavorful, a little bit of crisp. It tastes like a rotisserie chicken, even though it's only been cooking for under 30 minutes and not all that time. That's great. I'm really pleased. I keep learning new things, and I'm having fun doing it. I hope you're having fun looking at it. So anyway, I'm going to eat dinner. I do have a few tasks I got to finish up at work, and then I'm going to relax tonight. I'll probably watch some Dark Side of the Ring or something like that. So let me do this, and I will just talk to you in the morning. Pot liquor, pop, in the morning. Good sweaty, unkempt morning, but I am rocking the, got the tights on, you know, doing it up. Just did a run. I'm gonna go do a walk in a second and then get ready to start the workday. It's kind of cool. We've had a lot of rain again, and it's down in the 50s, even though we'd been up like in the 80s. And the pollen is back bad again yesterday and today, which isn't great for being outside. High pollen counts again. Anyway, did you enjoy yesterday? Cooking with Dub, a little package. We're definitely going to open some toys later today. Look at those. I think we're going to open all those Optimus Primes, 4 different ones, compare them, and we might open the Westworld figures I picked up a couple episodes ago. Those are 2 things I have in mind to do later in this video, and I don't know what else. Maybe not much else. That's going to be a pretty long segment, and then we'll wrap it up. So anyway, welcome to day 2. Here we are, as promised, toys. I know you can just see the hands. I don't think you can see my face. But good news, I turned on the hot water. I got in the nude. I brushed my teeth, and I got immediately in the shower. See, you speak it into existence, and you do it. And that's what we did. So, hooray! But what I wanted to look at, these Westworld figures. I haven't opened these yet. I know that there's another Man in Black, like a battle damage I have in my pile of loot at Big Bad. And then the second wave, which is Maeve, William, or Teddy maybe. I don't remember who it is, but it's 3 other characters. is soon to be released. I think it may already be released. I had those two big bads, so I'll get them when I get them. Plus, we'll look at these Iron Studios. Let's start with the Westworld figures and go from there. So we're gonna go in this order. We will start with the Man in Black. Oh, you can see it. I know I've already shown you these before. I think the Dr. Ford looks the best, the Anthony Hopkins. So these are by Select. Should be pretty easy to open these guys. I don't think I need a whole lot in the tool situation. Here we go. So he comes with his hat. This is Ed Harris. Portrays this brilliantly in Westworld. It's got the maze, which is very cool. This looks like it's going to be a scalp. Yep, it's a scalp with the maze in it as well. You probably can't see that. That's an interesting accessory. I mean, it's poignant. That's the thing that happens in the show. Poignant's not the right word there. So he's got, looks like 3 extra sets of hands, so 4 total sets of hands. Let's see what we're working with. I don't know if you can see me or not. Hand in it, and he has a knife all taped in. I'm glad they're not wired in the way the NECA stuff is. I say as I turn around, and now there's, well, they're not wires. Only one wire, and the rest are the little plastic ties. I don't buy a lot of figures that come packaged this way anymore, so it's a thing that I'm not terribly used to. There is a stand hidden behind the packaging there that I think it could be easy for somebody to miss. It was hidden behind that. So if you're picking these up, make sure you grab your stand. All right, we got that untied. I'll use the scissors to snip, if I can do it without hurting the figure. No, that is not, that'd be a little easier than that. They're not, they are a little tighter than you think. I'll do it from the back side. Do it from the back side, you know. There's that. That one's already done. Snip, snip, snip. This is taking me longer than I want it to. We may skip on the other two until I get it open. Now I got stuff all over the table. Another of my not favorite things when I'm unboxing. These little tags and things get lost and up on the ground, stuck in Mr. Ticklebottom. All right, gotta clean up. A little OCD, I can't leave a mess. I gotta keep it clean so I don't make an even bigger mess. So there we go. Oh, see, there are more of these. More of them. More of these little plastic Action Jacksons. All up in the face piece. Or, as the case may be, in the bum piece. That's where they were. And the feet piece. And all those other pieces. So, here we go. That's pretty good. Head sculpt. Has ab crunch. Has a double jointed knee. Single elbow. No, double jointed elbow. Pretty articulated. The gun does not seem to come out of the holster, which is a little unusual. So you can put him in his hat. How would I have him displayed? So he has a trigger hand, a gripping hand, a couple trigger hands, a couple gripping hands, fist hands, and then just a different type of gripping hand. He has his trigger hand on, but he can't, his weapon doesn't seem to come out, so we're not gonna use that anyway. We would rather use the, I think I'm gonna use the scalp, because that is quite a accessory. Have him holding the scalp and holding a knife like he just scalped, I don't remember, it was the Native American guy, I think, that he scalped to find the, I can't remember that guy's name. It was in season 1. And we just finished season 3 of Westworld. Oh, T and the B. What I just did there was a poopy. Gotta make sure he stands right. All right, then we put a little hat on him. There we go. Man in Black. I do like the maze. Wow. Okay, I'm not gonna show you me opening those other two up because that took too long. Let me get them open and we'll fast forward. And we're back. Got them opened. I put the Man in Black's items in Zippy. We'll look closer at these. I don't know that this angle is capturing it well. I will mention they were the exact same way to unbox. They had a wire behind them, and then you had to untie around their hands or feet. And the dog had actually a different wire, like a metal wire instead of a plastic wire. So this is what came with Ford, the Anthony Hopkins. He only has 2 extra hands, but he has the dog and an extra head. And then Dolores has nothing except for her bag with the can from like the opening series of the show. And I just think like the general budget of figures is such a fascinating thing to look at because these are all the same price. The Man in Black figure has a gun that can't, maybe it's stuck in there, it doesn't come out, has a knife, 3 extra sets of hands, a scalp and a mace, and a hat. Comes with quite a bit, but because it's all black, there's not a ton of paint work that probably has to be done. I imagine it's molded that way. So for Ford, the head sculpt likeness is just great. And again, I'll show you that closer. He has a super duper accessory, this dog that looks fantastic, and an extra head sculpt as well with the hat. I'll probably leave this one on though without the hat, but then just the 2 hands. You know, he doesn't need hands because he has nothing to grip, although I might give him the maze just because. And so maybe the reason that the Man in Black had so many hands is he does have things he needs to grip. But if you just think about like a plastic budget, because they didn't have the extra hands with Anthony Hopkins, maybe he gets an extra head sculpt. But then with Dolores, she has nothing, but she also has this dress that probably takes a lot more work. And it's not just nothing underneath there. There is legs and actual, like the tights or, you know, kind of pantaloons that she may wear under it. So just interesting. Certainly the Anthony Hopkins head sculpt is the best. Then I'd say Ed Harris. Unfortunately, Evan Rachel's wood is third. They'll probably have an opportunity to improve that with future versions because her look has changed each season. So for Anthony, for Dr. Ford, yeah, because I'm going to have Man in Black in his hat, I'll keep him not in his hat. I'm going to let him hold this maze just because I think it's too cool to not use. I don't know. Pretty basic. These, I don't know where they're going to go in my collection initially. They're going to stay down here for a while. I'm going to play with them. Oh, my desk and what have you. I don't love the T-crotch that are on McFarlane and Select Figures a lot. There's not a lot of Hasbro or Mattel anymore with the T-crotch. But like this, I don't love that. I don't like the way it looks. But in a body like this, I think it's probably fine. I don't want him bending over like he's got a poo-poo. And the dog. So there's those 2. Man in Black already wants to fall. I'm just sticking the peg in the hole. I'm not really making any concerted effort to get it to stand up. I can probably do a little better on that. Make his joints. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I don't know. Just stay there for a minute, dude, while I record a video. And then Dolores, her dress is really, really nice. Great sculpted detail. And there's a lot more paint work on her. So I wonder if that's why she has no extra hands, no extra head. I don't think she needs the stand probably because of the dress. Yeah, it's not necessary. I'll use it anyway for the time being because I have the rest of them on it. There we go. With her can and bag. So that's the Westworld Select Figures Wave 1. There's definitely the PX exclusive Man in Black. And there is Wave 2. Maybe it has Bernard. Bernard's probably a figure. It might be Clementine, Maeve, and Bernard. I think that's the 3 figures in Wave 2. I hope it is. I hope that those are the 3. That'd be good. But it may not be Bernard. It may be Teddy, or it may be William. Young William. I don't know. We'll see. There's the Select Figures. On to the next one. So I've moved the camera around. I have the Iron Studios unboxed. I think I've unboxed those in the past. It's a pretty normal unboxing. They have styrofoam, good packaging. They do have an alternate hand sometimes. So I'll talk about that in a minute. But first, here we go. We've got the Man in Black from Select. See that face sculpt's really nice, and there you can see the maze on the scalp. Pretty cool effect or accessory. His hat is removable. Looks good. Ford. Look at that face sculpt. Really good. And that's the maze that came with the Man in Black, and I just want to use it. Nice tailoring, kind of his pocket watch. T-butt stand. And then his dog, really nice. I imagine this figure is going to sell, or has been selling, because people want this dog for figure photography. That's really nice. Really, really nice, I think. And then Dolores, here's first her accessory. The bag with the can. If she had a horse, it could fall off. That is picked up for her. And then there she is. See the Evan Rachel Wood face sculpt. Not as nice as the other two, but still fine. But really nice with the dress and the tailoring. And you can see if I take this off, that she does have like her pantaloons up there. I think that's what that would be called, right? For the Wild West, pantaloons. So there are those three. And I'm hopeful I'll get the others soon. I can get the Man in Black whenever I want, as that is in pile loot, but I'd rather wait. So here is the Iron Studios. First we'll start with Frodo. See, I think these head sculpts are great. They're gonna have elements of the movies and kind of inspired from literature. The Sting I'm using, you can see how it's almost like blue luminescent a little bit. It's because it's lighting up because there are bad guys near. The alternate piece for him is the hand with just a stainless steel version of Sting. So this is kind of when he's surrounded by the Nazgul, which they do make those Nazgul, and I'm at least going to get one of each. And his base is this rocks. That's in the Fellowship of the Ring, and I think he's clasping the ring that's probably in his hand there. I don't think he's wearing it. Yeah, I think he's holding it. You see the brooch on his elven cloak. Again, look at the dirtiness, the weathering on his cloak. Oh, hand fell off. And if I can show you this, the hair on his toes. Really nice. Really, really nice. This hand is a little bit looser than I would like. But I think it'll be fine. So there's Frodo. Again, thank you to Victoria for Frodo and for Gandalf. Let me see. See, he's got a peg. I don't know where his foot is supposed to stand. Maybe I have him in the wrong place. That's what's probably what causing the problems. I think he's supposed to stand on the rock. There we go. That's his location. There we go. Again, very impressed with Iron Studios. This Gandalf is remarkable. I think this was considered deluxe. That Frodo, it's like 80 bucks, or it's gotten pretty cheap. This Gandalf's a little more expensive. It's considered a deluxe. Let me just start with the base, if I can. You can see this is where Gandalf is in the Shire, coming to meet Bilbo and Frodo. At Bilbo's house, look at the rock detail, the grass, the dirt, and then on the backside, because he's inside the gate of Bilbo's house, mailbox, and no admittance except on party business, a sign I have in my home. So that is a fantastic, fantastic base. And then there you see good head sculpt. Let's see, I might have to adjust the camera a little bit to show you a little bit easier. The head sculpt is really nice, I think. The beard, the pipe, his staff. If I can get close, you can see like the pleats, like you can see it there. And the detail in the robe, it's just top shelf. For a piece that's as cheap as these are. These are 1/10 scale, so you can see he's taller than the 1/12 scale Westworld figures. And bring this in, and you know, there you go. There's the friends. Now, I gotta be done with lunch break and get back to work. But we will talk to you after the workday ends and finish up the video looking at those Transformers. Well, here we go. 4 Optimus Primes. Final part of the video. 4 different things to open. I'll do it from this angle first, and then once they're all open, we'll flip it and dip it and tip it and dip it, then we'll say goodbye. So we have the Toys R Us, kind of regular Optimus Prime. We have the Shattered Glass. We have the black. We have the gold Lagoon. These two have trailers, I think. These two do not. Let's start with that one. And put these down out of the way. I think I showed this maybe in an Instagram exclusive, that gold one. So this is one that we purchased off of eBay. Again, this is the only one that could potentially be KO. Hopefully it's not. I don't think it is. The box certainly looks authentic. The rest were ordered new from reputable stores. Oh, I pulled out the trailer. There we go. Everything looks fine to me. Let's see here. So, here's the trailer. I have never... I only have one Masterpiece Transformer, and it is the movie Optimus Prime. Let's see. Is that where you press that and it opens up? Yeah, opens up. I have not ever messed with a Masterpiece Transformer, so I don't want to mess it up. Here's the little vehicle. Well, let's just get it all out before I start breaking things. Instructions. It's got the little guy. Spike, I think, right? That's Spike. And his blaster. Oh, here's the car. That's what Spike rides in. However he goes in there. Let's see, does he stick his... Oh, stick it on in there, you know. There's Spike's car, blaster. Now it doesn't even look like he ever used the energy weapon. Oh, there he is. Feels nice and authentic. It's heavy. It's got chrome. Yeah, I think that's a normal one. Let's see if the Matrix is in there. How do I open that thing up? There it is. The Matrix. What we will not be doing is transforming all of these on camera because I've never done it. And I don't want to break things, and I don't want to have to edit 400 hours of video of me transforming all these. So we're not going to do that. We will try to get this. There we go. I think I got it. I did not get it. I told you a fib. I like the energy axis. Having some difficulty. All right, there's his energy axe. I think that probably just fits over his fist, it looks like. Does this go right over the fist, or do you take it off? I don't know. Looks like it goes over the fist, I believe. Yeah, I think. Yeah, that seems right. Something like that. So, oh, his blaster. Oh yeah, it folds up. I think I did know that. It folds up and you can hide it somewhere inside of him. Let's put this in his hand and close his hand. His fingers are articulated. Again, we'll look at all this a little closer. There he is. Traditional colors, Optimus. Yeah, looks pretty good. I mean, looks great, actually. Such a iconic figure, Optimus Prime. So there's his vehicle. So I guess this thing can stand up. Oh yeah, and it can be like the... Oh, that's like it's... Oh yeah, you can have like this type of situation going. I think this can like fix him and like repair him and stuff, right? But we're not gonna do that right now. We'll put it back as a trailer. There's his trailer. Okay. Pretty straightforward. I like it. On to the next one. So that again was MP10, Toys R Us exclusive. I believe the thing that made it Toys R Us exclusive was this, that it came with the little vehicle with Spike. Yeah, Daniel is Spike. So. We'll do the gold one last. So here is the black Convoy. This one should not have the trailer, I don't think. I don't know why this box with the shattered glass is so much bigger than the MP10 box. Guess I'll find out when I open it. Yeah, so there we go. This is just the figure itself with the alternate color scheme, which I think looks great. I love the black and red on this figure. So this was also, in fact, the shattered glass was from Big Bad Toy Store. The rest are all off eBay. That one from a private seller. These two both from I think it's Toy Wiz, maybe? I think that's right. It's a store in Asia that sell all of your Asian exclusive items to America. And they ship pretty fast. You know, you get it in about 2 weeks, which is, especially right now, really good. There we go. It's the first time I've taken one out that's brand new. Looks fantastic. Great color scheme. Let's we're gonna have them all kind of equipped the same way. Give them the blaster. Maybe if I can figure out how to get it in the hand. Get it in the hand. Oh, it does have a little kind of peg spot too, it looks like. And then he has the red axe. You can see why, like, there's a level of me that is tempted to get all of these. With all the different color schemes, all the different axes. I think that's impossible, though, because I think there are some that are incredibly rare. I feel like there's one called, like, the LeBron version. If you know that one, tell me. I don't think it's actual LeBron James. Maybe it is. I'm trying to open up this compartment where the matrix goes. It's like a placeholder, I guess. Maybe. Well, how do I open that up? I've opened up that. What's the difference here? Let me see. This one is certainly looser. The one that's been owned. Oh, okay. All right. So that piece should come up with it. I don't know if I can use this to. It's just new. It's all stuck down in there. I mean, it's just tight. There we go. I think I'm getting it. Just need to loosen it up a bit. It's hard to get underneath. So there's like a covering that's part of the silver thing that does not want to come up. There we go. Thank you, Mr. Knife. So I can put in the red matrix. Oh, it's die cast. That's nice. I think this one's getting re-released now with a trailer. If I think I read that somewhere, which is cool. Like as just a completely maybe it's the same body as the other new Optimus Prime. That's very expensive. I think I already mentioned that before. Really expensive, almost $500. I don't know what. I think the MP10 originally was only $100. I know that's a lifetime ago in the toy world. And things are more expensive now. Supply chains and whatnot. All right. There we go. 2 down. And that's great. Like, I like accessories. You know, it's fun to get accessories and such. But I don't like having all this extra stuff. Like with the Westworld, I just put in the bag and, you know, never see again. I have so much of that. And then you don't know where to keep up with it. What has this got? It's got a card. Whatever that's worth. So, you know, I just don't love that aspect of trying to keep up with all the accessories. So I like it that all of his accessories come on. Only thing left in this box is the manual. All right, let's move to the big boy that for some reason is in this huge, huge box. Okay, yeah, it does look like that aspect of that tool on the trailer is like the little machine that puts the matrix in or fixes them or whatever. Maybe it's just because of the packaging. Yeah, okay. I understand now why this box is so big. Because it has the window. I don't know if this is exclusive somewhere. And they have him displayed like in that full array with the trailer open, kind of showing you how you could set it up that way if that's what you wanted. But it's exact same as that. It's the same thing. He has got so much more stuff on him than the black one did. I mean, he's got all this stuff. This is not going to be simple. Let me take a moment to unbox this. And we are back. That was a pain in the booty. It had all sorts, there's even more, all sorts of these little tabs, little plastic connection points. It had a clamshell around the trailer, and then tabs, the stretchy plastic tabs, holding it in place, holding the weapons in place, holding them in. It wasn't as bad as the 2-pack Ninja Turtle cartoon set from NECA, the Target set, because that is a horrific pain in the butt. But it wasn't great. Didn't love it, Wasn't great. So let me first try to get his matrix in. His matrix, I don't know if that's the same. Maybe it looks maybe the same. I don't know that matrix is different. It is not green and purple. I think it's the same as the regular one. So let me open up his chest, maybe. Some of the transformations I imagine are going to be, this has more. That's why it was hard. There's more. There is so much. Anytime something is like specifically posed the way this one was in packaging, you're just going to have so much things to take off of it if you're not an inbox collector. And if you're an inbox collector, that's fine. These are probably the types you like. I mean, this is almost like it was made to never take out of the package. I mean, it's got his head in a certain place so that it stays and holds that pose. And some of that I know is for protection, so like things don't come open in shipping. But I think in this case it was very much so that it would present a certain way in the packaging, which it did look good. I know I showed it for a brief moment. Hopefully you got to see it because I ain't putting it back in. And I probably showed it when I got it, I think, in one of the earlier videos. Okay, now I should be able to open the doors because that stuff is not there anymore. There we go. Now can I open, see if I'm going to have the same, looks like I am going to have the same challenge. That other one, if I can get it to open. It's so tight. Very difficult. Maybe I'm supposed to do something else. I mean, I guess I could read the instructions. I mean, I know that this door opens. The underside, you just have to get something in between in that crack. There you go. All you have to do is get started, and then it's good to go. Put the matrix in. Always got to have the matrix on display, We're going to pose it exactly the same way. The guns, it really is pure repaints. That's what these Optimuses are. His finger joint just popped off. That's a pain in the butt. Man, these joints are so tight on this one. It's not broken, it just popped right off. There we go, right back on. They are really, really tight joints. It's very, man, that is not an easy thing to move around. Can't even get it. Finger joint popped off again. Stay in there, finger joint. How are all the rest of you so tight and you are so loose? Huh? Maybe it's because you don't want to use stinky pinky. Let me see. Going in there. I'm a terrible unboxer reviewer. Man, maybe it's messed up. It's not broken. It'll go right back in. It's just loose. Like it'll hold too. Well, maybe he'll have a trigger finger. It's good enough. Now, for his axe, I like the green. Again, this is the first one I bought of these because it's kind of Raven's colors, even though green is not a Raven's color. It looks like Raven's to me, and I like it. Move that out. Different way. And there we go. The next one. I did put the legs on this Optimus trailer. I don't know if that's what you're supposed to do or not. So if I fold that down, twist it, I don't know, just pivot. I guess you put it like that. Nope, that ain't what you do. There has to be a way to get this out of the way of there. There, you pivot it, okay? Obviously, I'm not a transformer. Oh, I didn't realize the back opens up. That's cool. Sorry about that. My phone rang, and that ends the video recording. But I see now that there are also these legs. I think I knew this. I just haven't. I've only watched videos about Masterpiece Transformers, not done anything with them. There are legs as well. I don't know what this part is for. I guess that helps support it when it's open wide. But there are these, if I can get them out, that are the proper way. There we go. That's the proper way to display the trailer without the... Come out. Well, you need fingernails to do anything with this stuff. I can't imagine transforming them. All right, there we go. Let's see if I can do that right. It's a little easier. Again, this one, because it's been played with, all the joints and such are loosened up. So there we go. 3 down. Put that in front of him. And 1 to go, and that's Goldie. Transformers Golden Lagoon Convoy. I think this thing just looks so cool with the bright gold. I've already opened it once, so let me just get it open. The smallest footprint of any of them. They also made, I think, a Soundwave and a few others. Trying to read it, but it's not in English, so I cannot. And although I think maybe this is it's exact same box, just a vertical versus horizontal as the other one that I got from Asia. And again, exact same mold, exact same model, just gold as the color scheme. There's his axe, gold axe, gold matrix, gold blaster. So in the world of reissues, repaints, Hasbro, Takara Tomy, they've been making their money off this body mold. And I guess, you know, I didn't see a lot of people upset that they issued a new Optimus Prime with a new body mold. I think the sticker shock was one thing, but I guess this is the Bucky Cap mold of Transformers MP10. But it's great. I mean, everybody talks about how great it is, and they look just phenomenal. So again, we got the Matrix. I really hope I don't have to... Maybe this one will be a little easier. There, yay, that one opened right up. I was worried. I didn't want to... The knife is not scraping anything, but with this gold sheen, I want to be very careful with what I touch with anything that has metal. Because this gold looks great. All right, let's open up his hand. Try to get his blaster in there. That way we can just do a full-on apples-to-apples look. I mean, it is interesting how the blaster folds up. I think you hide it in his shoulder when you transform him. Again, that way you can always have him holding all his items, which I like. I do like. Open that up. Oh, that's not going to do. There we go. Pretty articulated too, these things are, which I guess they have to be for to be able to transform. I think the thing that's most impressive about these masterpieces is that they can transform. Even though that's not a thing I'm going to be doing very often, I'll do it once. Maybe in the next video, I'll have them all in the truck mode so we can look at that. I won't be in this one. But here we go! The Parade of Optimus Prime! Let me flip the camera, we'll take a closer look. Different camera angle I've chosen, but it's kind of hard with all of these to show you, so I'll move them in. There's the regular Optimus, the traditional color scheme. See the Matrix in there. Here is the black one. I think maybe this was Evil Optimus. He does have the black and red Matrix in there, the red energy axe. I really, really like that black and red. The Golden Convoy. You can see a lot of there's gold chrome. You can see the matte gold and the gold chrome. It looks just so nice. So nice with the gold matrix on the inside. And then the shattered glass, which has been on clearance on Big Bad for so long. With the purple and green color scheme with the regular matrix. He's got a little action on his action there. Ooh. And let me show you then the trailers and the spike. So, quick look over all 4 of them. I'm very pleased. But I do think that will end this episode of Dub Life. Hope you enjoyed. Lots of toys. Hope you enjoyed it. Got to play with toys a little bit. Something I hadn't done in a couple months. And the next episode will be more of the same. I want to get I have 3 Mezco figures to open and show you. I don't remember what they are. Oh, the classic Punisher that David got me. The Green Lantern PX. I don't know what the other one even is. What is this other one? The Pennywise. Those are the 3 I have. And then the horsies. We'll look at the horsies. I don't know that we'll get figures to put on the horsies, but we probably will. At least 1 or 2. So that'll happen in the next episode. And I don't know what else. I'm probably going to start filming once again tomorrow. We're going to have a weekend episode. This was the middle of the week. We'll have another weekend episode. So I hope you enjoy it. This is right after Memorial Day as you're watching it. I hope you had a good Memorial Day. I think next time I talk to you will be June, at least in terms of an episode, even though I'll be recording it in May. So as we get into full-on summer, hopefully things are clearing up. Hope you enjoyed the episode. A lot of toys. I had a good time. I hope you did too. I'll talk to you next time. Whoop-boo! Optimus says... Crazy.